Hello everyone, how are you? Today we are going into Unit 10, Where on Earth. You can refer this from your textbook, English Download Form 5. Today we are going to do reading skills. My name is Mr. AZIZUL HELMI bin BAKAR from SMK DATO SAGOR LANGKAP. So, are you ready for our lesson today? These will be the lesson objectives that we hope to achieve today. By the end of the lesson, pupils will be able to: number 1, read a variety of prints to analyze on the effects to a site after it has been added to the list. Number 2, understand the main points in extended text by answering the multiple choice questions in task 3. Yeah, before we proceed, I want you to name me any interesting places that you would like to go or visit. Yeah, I do understand at the moment is MCO restriction. So if you were able to go anywhere, where would you want to go? Some of you might say you would like to go to Malacca to visit all the historical places. Some of you might say you would like to go to Port Dickson in Negeri Sembilan to visit all the beaches. Or perhaps some of you would like to go to Cameron Highland to taste all the strawberries and also to see all the flowers, the beautiful flowers. Yeah, so that's it. Very good. Now, can you identify these famous places? I have provided 5 places for you. Let's see, where does picture 1 located in? Sorry, what is the name of picture number 1? Yes, some of you might know this. It is the Great Wall of China. How about number 2? This is very famous. Yeah, it is Taj Mahal. Very good. How about number 3? You should know this because this is in Malaysia. What is this? This is the city of Malacca. Very good. How about number 4 and number 5? I am pretty sure you've seen this in your history book and you have covered this in your history lesson. So what is number 4? Number 4 is Borobudur Temple. How about number 5? Number 5 is Angkor Wat. Very good. Next, I want you to think, where do these places located in? Okay, for example, as the name suggested, the Great Wall of China. It should be in? Yes, it should be in China. How about Taj Mahal? Taj Mahal would be in India. How about city of Malacca? It should be in, obviously, it is in Malaysia. How about Borobudur? This will be tricky. Borobudur and Angkor Wat, you've seen this, so you should know. So Borobudur is located in Indonesia, and Angkor Wat is in Cambodia. Very good. Now that we have identified and we have pinpointed the location, I want to ask you, what are the similarities of these famous places? Some of you might say that all of those places are historical. Yes, I wouldn't deny that. It has great views. Yes, it has great views. How about the location? Yes, it is in Asia, but most importantly, can anyone guess? Yes, you are indeed correct. All of those places were gazetted as the UNESCO World Heritage. Okay, you can see and refer to your textbook, page 122. Very good. Okay, before we read, I want to ask you, what makes a place worth visiting? What criteria should have for you to think that the place is worth visiting? Is it because it is an area of natural beauty, or it was important in the past? Is it because it is home to an endangered species? Or it's a creative masterpiece? Or even it's a major geological features? Or it has a rich cultural tradition? If you ask me, I would consider a place worth visiting to be, yeah, all of the above. Yeah, all of the criteria are important. It depends on the individuals. Some of you love adventurous activity and you love to see, you love to witness the environment, the nature. So you would go for major geological features, or maybe you would want to know further on cultural heritage. So it has a rich cultural tradition and so on and so forth. So it depends on individual preference. Yeah, very good. Now, are you ready to read? Oh no, stop! Why? Okay, before you read, I want you to think what can happen to a site after it has been added to the list? What list? What site? What happened? Good questions. Okay, we will find out in our reading next. Now that you know what you are going to look for, I want you to be ready to read. We are going to read about World Heritage Sites under UNESCO. This is one of the sites. Okay, please refer to page 122 and 123. The reading texts are there. We will read together, don't worry.
Unit 10. Reading. A. UNESCO World Heritage.
The United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, seeks to identify, protect and preserve the cultural and natural heritage of the world that is of value to all human beings. Heritage is what we receive from the past, live with today, and pass on to future generations. Our cultural and natural heritage are sources of life and inspiration and cannot be replaced. Places as unique and varied as the wilds of Africa's national parks, the Acropolis of Athens, and the Great Barrier Reef in Australia make up our world's heritage. The World Heritage List includes 981 properties made up of 759 cultural, 193 natural, and 29 mixed properties.
So we know here, the World Heritage List has 981 properties, which is made up of 759 cultural sites, 193 natural sites, and 29 mixed properties. While reading, if you encounter any difficult words or unfamiliar words, fret not. I already prepared meaning for you. For example here, heritage, property that is or may be inherited. Okay? Now, let's take a look at B. We are moving into B. This is another site listed under UNESCO World Heritage. This is familiar to you? Yes, this is pyramid. Okay? So B, we are going to read the criteria for selection to be listed under UNESCO World Heritage. Actually, the list is taken directly from the UNESCO website. This is the site. So let's read B.
B.
To be included on UNESCO's World Heritage List, sites must meet at least one of the following 10 criteria. 1. Be a masterpiece of human creative genius. 2. Show an important exchange of human values. 3. Be proof of a cultural tradition or of a living or past civilization. 4. Be an outstanding example of a place from a significant stage in human history. 5. Be an outstanding example of a traditional human settlement that represents a culture. 6. Be associated with events, ideas, beliefs, artistic and literary works of outstanding universal significance. The committee considers that this criterion should preferably be used together with other criteria. 7. Contain outstanding natural phenomena or areas of exceptional natural beauty. 8. Be outstanding examples of major stages in Earth's history. 9. Be outstanding examples of significant ecological and biological processes. 10. Contain significant natural habitats for biological diversity, including threatened species.
Very well. You have to remember here, sites must meet at least one of the following 10 criteria. At least one. Okay? So some of you might ask while reading, you saw civilization, you have read that, and also criterion. What are the meaning of those words? Again, worry not. It is here. Masterpiece is a work of art. Okay, civilization, the society, culture, and way of life of a particular area. Significant, having particular meaning. Settlement, a place where people come to live in. Criterion is a singular form of criteria. Okay, and diversity is a range of different things. Now moving into C. This is the mausoleum of the Qin Emperor.
C.
Site: Mausoleum of the First Qin Emperor. Year discovered: 1974. Year designated: 1987. Location: China. Category: Cultural. Criteria: 1, 3, 4, 6. Reason for designation: the army of famous terracotta warriors has stood to attention through the centuries, guarding the tomb of the emperor who united China. Thousands of statues still remain to be discovered at this archaeological site. Qin, 259 BC to 210 BC. The first unifier of China is buried here, surrounded by his terracotta warriors. The figures all have different faces. They also have clay representations of their horses, chariots, and war weapons. They are artistic masterpieces and have great historical interest, since the mausoleum is also associated with an event of worldwide importance: the unification of the different Chinese territories into one country by the first emperor of China in 221 BC.
Okay, again, I have listed all the difficult words for you. You can see mausoleum, a building in which the bodies of dead people are buried. Designate, officially give a specified status or name to someone or something. Terracotta is a hard-baked reddish-brown clay. Tomb is an underground vault to bury the dead. Chariot, a two-wheeled carriage drawn by horses. Unification, the act or process of bringing together or combining things or people. Okay? Now, we are moving into D. Okay, as you can see, the picture just now is the Arabian oryx. Okay? Let's read.
D. Arabian Oryx Sanctuary. First site ever to be deleted from UNESCO's World Heritage List. June the 28th, 2007. The World Heritage Committee today decided to remove the Arabian Oryx Sanctuary from UNESCO's World Heritage List. The sanctuary, which was placed on the list in 1994, has become the first site to be delisted since the establishment of UNESCO World Heritage in 1972. UNESCO's reason for this was the fact that 90% of the site is being used to search for oil, so that the sanctuary could not be conserved. In 1996, there were 450 Arabian oryx living on the site, but that number has fallen to 65, and its future is uncertain.
So this is an example of a newspaper strip. Okay, this excerpt is taken directly from the newspaper, where the newspaper reported in June 28, 2007, Arabian Oryx sanctuary has been delisted. What is the meaning of delisted? That is a good question. Okay, we can see here, sanctuary is a safe place, especially for someone or something being chased or hunted. Delist, to remove something from a list, and uncertain is not known or fixed. Okay, now that you have read A, B, C, and D, I want you to recap what have we read. Okay, I want you to list 5 things that you have learned and you have read throughout the entire video. Okay, the first one would be, what criteria, the criteria that make a place worth visiting. We have discussed earlier. Is it because it has geological features, or rich in cultural traditions, rich in natural beauty, and so on and so forth? So yeah, those are the list. Number 2, some people might ask you, or your friend might ask you, what is the function of UNESCO? So taken from the text A, UNESCO works to identify, preserve, and protect the cultural and natural heritage. Very good. Number 3, the site needs at least, okay, they need to meet at least 1 out of 10 criteria in the list. Very good. Oh yes, any site can be taken out of the list. It can be delisted, okay, like Arabian Sanctuary, Oryx Sanctuary. And last but not least, the city of Malacca is one of the sites listed under UNESCO World Heritage. For your information, in Malaysia, there are other sites, for example, Georgetown and Gunung Mulu, if I am not mistaken, are also listed under UNESCO World Heritage. You can go and find out. Okay, now that we have recap, it's time to check your understanding as usual. Yeah. So refer to your textbook, page 1 to 3. Okay, task 3. Use the information in the text to answer the questions. Okay, you can see question 1 and 2 refer to section A, question 3 refers to section B, question 4 and 5 refer to section C, question 6 and 7 refer to section D, while question 8 refers to section A, B, C, and D. Okay, don't forget to underline the key word for each question before you find the answers. For example, number 1, what is the aim of UNESCO? So you are looking into the aim. Is it A, to find the most important properties in the world? It does not state it such. To ensure the continued existence of special places? Maybe. To pass on the list of places to future generation? Is it? No. D, to find inspiration in unique locations worldwide. Does it state any unique location worldwide? No. So the answer is boy. Okay, since this is a 1-hour lesson, the remaining time, I want you to complete question 2 until question 8. You need to also justify your answers. Where do you get the answers from? Okay. Next. Oh, wait. Don't forget the earlier question. Okay, what can happen to a site after it has been added to the list? Okay, you can write your answers in the comment section down below. Okay, and you can also write it in your comprehension question. Yeah. Now we have come to the end of the video, but this is not the end of the lesson. Yeah, this is a 1-hour lesson, so we still have another 30 minutes left. I want you to do all the questions and submit to me your answers. Okay, that is all from me. Thank you for listening and watching. Thank you. If you have any question, you can always ask me. Thank you.